it's one among the content identification features available in the Palo Alto Firewall. It can either permit or deny the connection, the traffic, based on the URLs that users are trying to access. It maintains a special database which categorizes the URLs based on its functions. Okay, and it helps to block mainly this URL filtering. Right, this feature is mainly applied to a traffic that's coming from inside to outside, or the traffic going from inside zone towards the internet zone. Right, on the one hand, it helps in reducing the risk of connecting to the malicious website and protect the user. On the other hand, it helps the organization by preventing the users to access the unwanted websites during the business hours. Say, for example, if your organization don't want their employees to use Facebook or any social media platform uh, during their business hours, they can restrict it. Okay, so this is how it is working. Okay, and as I said earlier, it maintains a special database, right? So by default, Palo Alto is having one database that's referred as a PAN-DB, uh, Palo Alto Networks database, okay, which already categorized all the URLs, and we can make actions accordingly. And in addition to that, Palo Alto also supports using a third-party database to perform the URL filtering feature. So the third-party database which is used or supported in Palo Alto Firewall is the Bright Cloud. All right, fine. So let's see how does it work. So as I said, right, all the URLs are already categorized. Maybe let me go to here. We'll check Palo Alto URL filtering. Okay, you can just go to Google and just search with Palo Alto Networks URL filtering. You'll be getting this link. Click here. Okay, you can type any URL here. Maybe just I'll put facebook.com because this is one of the familiar website, right? It's in social media platform. So if you just click, I'm not a robo, we need to select cars, cars, right? All right, I'll search it. So if you search it, right, so this is what it is category. Okay, social networking. It is already categorized as the social networking URL. So this is the PAN-DB. In addition to that, as I said, right, we also use Bright Cloud. We can also use Bright Cloud URL. Okay, URL lookup. You can just click. So this is the site, Bright Cloud, and recently it is secured by OpenText. That's fine. So here too, let's go and check the facebook.com. And before that, we need to prove we are not a robo. Motorcycle lookup. All right. So we have searched for Facebook. Here too, it is showing us like social networking. All right. So we can also check the same in the firewall too. So before getting into that, I just want to show you these are the two databases. So this is a third-party database, the Bright Cloud, and the other one is PAN-DB's database. All right. So in both, it is categorized as the social networking. So you can do lookup for any websites here, and you can see to which category it is categorized. All right. Fine. Let's go to our topology. Let's understand about the URL filtering practically now, the hands-on. All right. So this is the topology that I'm using now. Means we have one inside zone, we have DMZ zone. Just ignore about the DMZ zone for now. I'm not using it. I have disabled it. The servers are disabled now, as well as also if you see here, right, the Kali Linux in the inside zone, I have disabled it. Okay, we are not using. So as per this particular lab, we just need one user from inside zone connecting to internet through Palo Alto Firewall. Okay, so we just need one user connecting to Palo Alto, and it is connecting to internet. So before we apply any URL filtering, we'll just go to this user site and we'll access any social media platform or any platform, right? So any platform, and post to that, we'll just go to the Palo Alto Firewall and we'll make any URL filtering. Maybe we can do with the social media itself, right? Social networking. we'll restrict using the social media platforms, and we'll see how does it work. Also, in addition to that, we can also apart from the inbuilt categorization, we can also customize the categories. We can also any new urls to it, or we can add the existing urls to the new category, and we'll make it work accordingly. All right. And there are different types as like override kind of thing. Let's see how does it work. Okay. First of all, let me just and make sure that before you're using you want to try with URL filtering, as it is an HTTPS transaction. Okay, as it is an HTTPS transaction, you need to have a decryption profile here in the Palo Alto Firewall, because it would be encrypted traffic, right? So we need to have a decryption profile, as well as you add your self-sign certificate from the Palo Alto Firewall in the browsers used in the this user mission. Okay. Else, what happened if we are not doing the decryption profile? As you know, as we have discussed in our previous section during the decryptions, SSL decryptions, it will be an encrypted tunnel, so that Palo Alto will never know about the destination, right? So if we use the decryption profile, then it would be a two session. One is from client or the user to Palo Alto, and the other side from Palo Alto to the actual destination. So whatever traffic that is coming, it will be even the encrypted traffic on both the sides will be once it reached Palo Alto, it will be decrypted, and the security checks are done and proceeded accordingly. Fine, that's fine. So I'm already having a decryption profile here, and also I'm using the same self-sign certificate in my browser, the user's browser. So I don't think so. We need to check. We need to see how to configure the zone, IP address, and SSL profiles and all, because we have seen in multiple videos earlier, right? In all the videos, in multiple videos, we have seen how to create zones, interface IPs, and routes. Also about the SSL or decryption profiles, everything. So I'm just directly getting into the concept. So I'll just open this user. Okay. So it's loading. So as you know, as per this topology, this interface is connected to inside zone, and this interface 1/2 is again now connected to the internet. Okay. I already have, as I said, I already have the NAT policy security profile to allow security policy to allow the communication from inside zone to the outside zone. Okay. Let me refresh it. All right, it came. So maybe I'll enlarge it, maximize it. Okay. So if you look at the IP, I already configured the IP 10.10.10.11. Okay, maybe you can also check the connectivity from client to Palo Alto. So 10.10.10.100 is the interface IP is configured at the Palo Alto, right? Also, let me try to ping 8.8.8.8 to show you that there is no issue in the internet connectivity as well. Means basically the traffic from this particular device, this user is going to the internet through the Palo Alto firewall. All right, fine. So if I open this browser, actually this is the browser where I have added the self-sign certificate of the Palo Alto firewall. Maybe I can show you that as well. So I'll just go to the settings. Not now. Privacy and security. Maybe I can just search here with certificate. Okay, view certificate. So we have also discussed about this in detail in our previous section, where we have when we have discussed about the SSL decryption. I'm just showing you for reference once again. Okay, authorities. If you come down, we'll be having a self-sign certificate. Oh, It's there. Okay, it's there. Secure SSL Corporation. Okay, Symantec, T-Mobile. Don't know where it is. Maybe I'll just maybe I can show from this one. Just open. If I open Facebook for now, okay, I'll just open Facebook for now. And if I go to here, connection secure, see, it's using self-signed PA, means the certificate which we have created in our previous lab, right? The decryption SSL lab, right? SSL decryption lab. So this is using the self-signed certificate only, all right? Also, if I go to Twitter, twitter.com, it's opening. In the meantime, I just go to here. See, it is using the self-signed certificate that's issued from Palo Alto. So we are using a self-signed certificate. Fine. So now also before before we applying the URL filtering, if you see, right, we were able to connect to the facebook.com or Twitter, right? Now what, basically it's working, right? So now what we'll do, let's apply a URL filtering in such a way that will block the social media platform, so that once it's done, we will not able to connect to it. Let me go to the Palo Alto Firewall. So in order to go here, come to objects, under security profiles, you'll be seeing the URL filtering. Okay. By default, there is a one rule. Okay. You can either, by just clicking here, you can clone it or you can create a new one. Okay. By default one. Okay. All right. I'm just changing the name of the profile, my URL profile. All right. So the I just renamed it to my URL profile. If you want, you can have a same as description. All right, then. So this is all the categories. Okay. So we discussed theoretically, right? When we discussed about the URL filtering in the slides, we told that it's like all the URLs are already categorized. So if you see, right, these are all the categories. Abortion, abuse to drugs, adult, alcohol and tobacco, artificial intelligence, and there are so many categories. Okay. And so if you want, you can block anything. All right. See, by default, there are few categories already blocked: hacking, right, grayware, and if there is any medium risk categories to URL, it's set to give alert. Okay, still it is allowed, but it will log that. All right, and a few others like phishing. If there is any phishing traffic, it is set to block by default, by the default profile. That's fine. But we are in this lab, we are looking on the social networking, right? So we have already seen that facebook.com is categorized as social networking. Not only facebook.com, any social media platforms is categorized as social networking, right? Just we'll go here and where is social networking? Here, right? You can also search here. Means if you are unable to find it, you can also search with the name and you can come here. By default it is allowed, so that when we try connecting from here, right, from the user machine, it is able to connect. So what I will do, will make it to block. All right, we'll make them block and we'll save it. So it's closed now. Fine. So we have made the social media or the social networking category to block, so that any social media platform traffic will be blocked by the Palo Alto firewall. So in addition to that, there is something like, yep, URL filtering settings. So URL filtering settings, it has few more detailed information as like safe. By default, this log container page only, means this is a log, all right, and safe search enforcement. So what happens if you enable this safe search enforcement? It will prevent users to search few sensitive things, okay, some abusive words or some kind of sensitive keywords. It will not be allowed. Okay, fine. And user agent means when it is getting logged, right? When the request is getting blocked, and if you want to see the user agent is nothing but the browser information. So we have already shown you, we have already seen in our previous section when we are discussing about with the example of an Wireshark packet, right? We have already discussed about the HTTP header, and we discussed about the user agent, right? So if you are trying to connect from Mozilla, it will be in the user agent, it will be giving us like Mozilla, the Firefox. Or if you are trying to connect from Chrome, it will give like Chrome or whatever browser it is. Basically, user agent is the browser information. So referrer means redirecting. Say for example, you are visiting to a website, and from that website it is redirected to the other website, right? So those kind of informations will get logged here if you want. And X forwarder is mostly for the proxy kind of a solution where uh, you know this natting takes place, and you want to see the actual client IP address, right? That's fine. So that's fine for now. We'll just click OK. Also, in addition to that, there is something like custom objects, right? So if you see, right, custom object, in custom object also we have the URL category. So here you can create your own custom category, okay, by which, say for example, there is some URL which is not categorized by default, and if you want to categorize it, yes, you can do it. Or else you have a you have your internal applications and you want to categorize it, you can do it. Okay, uh, just for example, maybe I'll just create one category. mm, I'll make it custom URL category 1. Okay, fine. I'll just make the same. So here you can add any sites, and you can make the actions like either to permit or to deny or whatever action that is set, right? I'll just put some common sites, okay? Maybe some news sites I'll put, right? msn.com and bbc.com and mm, any international cnn.com. All right. So these are all the sites that I have added. And you can also import and export it. Means if you want to export, say for example, you have a number of URLs here, then you want to get that information, you can just click it and you can export it. Okay, and say for example you have hundreds of URLs, you want to import it, you can just have this information typed in your notepad something, and you can just import it here. Okay, that is also possible. And okay, that's it. So now it's done. See, so once we have created it, if we again go back to our URL filtering, as same as the other profile that we have discussed earlier, it will be available here. So in the other profiles we'll be looking in the exceptions, right, in the signatures, but here, see, in the categories it is added. So these are the predefined categories that we have discussed earlier, but this category, right, this is the one which we have created now. All right, and this is the actions, site access. By default it is none. What I'll do means, right, this is we have discussed already, but anyway, alert means it will allow, but it will log it. Okay, it will log the information. Allow means the connection will be allow. Block means it will block the connection, deny it. And continue and override means, say for example, when you go with continue, actually on the when user is trying to connect to that website, it is blocked, but still there is an option telling that if you still want to continue to that website, click continue. So when the user click continue, he will be allowed to access it. Okay, but override means it will be informing the user that this particular site is restricted, but still for some reason if you want if only a specific set of people want to have an access to a specific set of destination URLs, then you can share a passwords to that people, and those peoples can override it, right? So even though they means when they try to access to the website, they'll be seeing an you know a blocked message saying that your administrator has blocked this, but still if you want to access it, give me the password. Okay, so if you give the password and click continue, it will be proceeding. We'll be discussing, we'll see in lab as well. So for now, first let me go with what to say, I'll just go with continue. Okay, anyway, because I don't want to put in block, because anyway we are blocking the social media, right? So I'm just showing you continue. Continue, sorry, continue, and continue, continue. All right. Okay, fine. So as per the current profile, we need to block all the social networking traffic, as well as we need to we have 3 news channels, right? And it's set to continue mode. So the profile is ready now, but still there are few things pending. That is, we need to associate this profile to our security policy, right? So this is the security policy that we have. It's loading. Okay, security policy 1. So I'll just click it. If you look the policy, the source is set to any and destination is set to any. Okay, so both bidirectional. Even the traffic is initiated from outside to inside or inside to outside. That's fine. And so here as well we have a URL category. Okay, yeah, you can do from here as well. And if you remember, if you see right, the custom profile that we have added there is now showing here as well. All right, fine. So action, so it's allowed. So as you know that we can add a profile only to the action that is already set to allow, right? By default it is none. I'll just click profile, and we are doing URL filtering here. Okay, but by default it is none. I click it. So this is the profile we have created there, right? Click, selected it. Okay, so we have associated this profile to this security policy. All right, fine. So if you see here, we see this, right, the URL filtering. All right. So now the only thing pending is commit. We need to commit the changes. So once we committed, so even before that, I'll just go here and show you msn.com, and I'm sorry, bcc bbc.com, and what else, CNN. Okay, so it's loading. Yeah, BBC, it's working, right? BBC, we are able to connect to BBC. We are trying to see it. MSN also loading. It's working. See, MSN is also working, right? But once it is committed, okay, once it is committed, once this commit is successful, then if you try again, we will not see it. So it's 98% now. Okay. All right. See, now everything is working. BBC, everything is working, right? Facebook, Twitter, everything is working. All right. So it's successful now. And what I'll do, I'll just go ahead and will open a private browser, a new browser. All right, a new window due to cache. So if I go and check Facebook now, it will not work. See, the web page is blocked. The web page you are trying to visit has been blocked in accordance with company policy. please contact your administrator if you believe this is an error. And it is giving the user IP information and URL, which URL the user is trying to connect. And also, if you see the category, right, it is categorized as social networking. Okay, it is telling the user that this particular website you are trying to connect is categorized as social networking and your organization has blocked it. Okay, and also if you try to check Twitter, see the same, because Twitter is also a social networking, right? So that is also blocked. But if you see msn.com, see, so if you remember, I told, right, we didn't block it continuously, right? We made it into continue mode, where by default we will be getting a pop-up error message saying that a web page is blocked. The means, but at the same time, if you see here, right, the same whatever we look in this window, we are seeing that, okay, the web page is blocked. The web page has been trying to visit is blocked in accordance with company policy. Please contact your administrator. And also, if you see, right, this particular URL is categorized as custom URL category 1, which is a custom category which we created it, right? It's not the predefined, it's the one which we created it. Also, it give you an option to access it. If you click continue to proceed to the page, this action will be logged, which means that it is not like social media platforms, right, the social networking platform, where it's blocked, there is no other way. However, here it is telling that it is actually blocked, but if you still want to continue, you can go by clicking here, but that action will be logged. Okay, I'll just click continue. If I click continue, I'll be able to see it. It's loading. In the meantime, I'll just open BBC as well. See, here as well I'm getting the same, and click continue. So it's loading. Let's wait for a couple of seconds. See, I think this BBC is working now, right? It's loaded. Earlier it was showing connection timeout. It might be msn.com. It might be because of other reasons. But if you see, right, now BBC is working. Okay. And MSN is also working because we have clicked the continue, right? We have clicked the continue so that we were able to see it. So this event is logged there, but still it is allowing the user to reach the destination. However, if you see, right, I'll just go back to my security policy, the profile, URL filtering. And if I make the custom profile, right? So this is the custom profile. So it is in continue state, right? If I put override, okay. Okay, it should be in continue only. If I put override here and click OK, and again come to device, under device, under setup, device, under device, there is a setup, under setup, there is a content ID. Click here. So here is the URL admin override informations. Okay, by means this is from the old lab. Maybe I can just delete and create a new one. Here you need to create some password. Okay, maybe I'll put 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? Again, I'll put 1 2 3 4 5 6. And if you want to have, SSL TLS profiles, you can have it. By default, it's a transparent mode. That's fine. I click OK. Okay, so we have created a password, and we'll be sharing this password in general. We'll be sharing this password to the specific set of user who want to connect to the destination, right? And I'll just make commit here. So once it's committed, if I try to connect to the same msn.com or bbc.com, this time instead of giving only continue button, it will be asking me a password to proceed further. So last time it just asked to click continue to proceed further to the to the destination, the MSN or the bbc.com, right? This time, instead of giving only the continue button, it will be asking us to give the password to proceed further. So let's see that. 98%. All right, so it's done. I'll just go back to my client. What I'll do is just close this browser and I'll just open one more private window. Maybe I'll just close this as well. I'll just open a private window. This time, if I give bbc.com, I'm sorry, it's BBC, right? All right, bbc.com and msn.com. See, last time it just gave only the continue button, right? So once you click the continue button, you are proceeded. You are allowed to connect to the destination. But this time you are asking for the password. Only if you give the right password, you are allowed to connect to the destination. So now let me give password 123 456 and continue. See, if you are giving incorrect password, it will not work. 123 456. See, it is loaded. This is how URL filtering works. Okay, yeah, as I said, it has a inbuilt database where URLs are already categorized, and based on that categorization you can set the action. Okay, in addition to the PanDB, it also supports the third party database that's used by Bright Cloud. Okay, and in addition to the predefined your categorization, you can also have your custom category, and you can set the role as like allow, block, and as we see about the continue and override methods, right? Right. So this is about the URL filtering.